Waiting for this comment section to join up.
Okay, I see you
Okay,
doing the
guys, we're
see
locked
you flipping
down
going on.
and we're ready to roll. Welcome to the RadCAST Volume 3. We apologize for number 2 being so bad. We had some issues with the microphones, but everybody's all set. Got Alfredo Rojas with us and Cory Anderson. I'm looking forward to talking with you gentlemen this day today. How are you guys doing?
Man, good, doing good.
Can't complain, Daniel. It's never a bad Friday.
It's never a bad Friday. This is the second to last Friday of the year. What do y'all think about that?
Man, it's been a hell of a year. It's been a hell of a year. It's been some really incredible goods, but it's also been some incredible wows, in this year.
Yeah, it's you couldn't write this down, or the best author couldn't write down and make up what happened this year. It's just nuts. What I would like to
Definitely.
talk about, you guys, is like we'll get a recap on what we talked about last time. I've been working on a new project. It's in a conservation district. Lots of loopholes, having to take care of certain things. And one thing that I want to bring up is the windows in this project. I'm having to use Geldwin W2500 windows. They're pretty expensive. They're wooden frame. Everything's wood in them. So what you normally see is like the vinyl windows, or they don't even make aluminum windows, do they, Cory? Or those are kind of out of style now, right?
They're kind of really going out. The aluminum is really one of those things that's kind of taking a back seat to some of the newer products that are coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's crazy that you said that. I had a guy that I've known on a couple other projects that does windows and stuff, and we're actually supposed to be getting together pretty soon on him just giving me a rundown and updating me on a lot of the new products out and how that they conduct better than the aluminum. And yeah, that's one of the things that we're looking forward to adding to our fold of things that we can do.
Yeah, Alfredo, you got some new windows at the property you bought, so that's a good thing on your house over there.
Yeah, I think I never really paid attention to windows. I'm just a regular dude. I was more like, well, do I have windows? Yeah, I have windows. As much as
Mhm.
I knew, but I can tell though that it does make a difference in that electric bill.
Definitely.
Uh, so most of my bills have been like under 100, sometimes under $60, for the electricity.
Mhm.
Um, but now I'm kind of looking more into like I want to get an efficient window, but I want a modern window. I want like a more like those like a
Mhm.
rectangular or like squares, just the
Mhm.
actual square or rectangle versus the traditional, and then you slide it up and like in some of those what was the name of those homes that we saw that they were being built in Waxahachie?
Well, they're kind of like the contemporary modern style. Is that the ones
The
you're talking
build.
about?
Yeah, we met that builder and he had those homes, those brand
Mhm.
new homes, but he had
Yeah.
those windows like where you can't open them. It's just the glass.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Give me a minute to remember what they're called, but
Yeah.
they're just called like I'll think of what they're called in a minute. But
Yeah.
yeah,
And
those are really amazing. They kind
yeah.
of put them up a little bit higher in the wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more like a design. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. It allows for light to come in, but it doesn't affect like putting a TV up in that area or a couch against the wall. Yeah.
Okay,
It
so I
really.
was just looking it up. Vinyl windows. Those are the new ones that a lot of people are getting. The vinyl windows.
Mhm.
Those are the ones that help with energy, and they just really conduct. Like if it's hot outside, it doesn't cause for your windows to get all where you got the moisture and stuff that builds up on it
Mhm.
for the cool air hitting it and the warm air hitting it and stuff like
Right.
that at the same
Right.
time. It eliminates a lot of that. Like he said, he could notice the difference in his electric bills and stuff like that is because it doesn't allow the house to take. It's kind of like
Yeah.
the Yeti. The Yeti cup. It's not. it's not gonna be affected by the outside as much as what's going on
That's
the
true.
inside, you know.
Right there. Yep.
So
Hey
that's
Corey, should
in
we
the
should we
mind.
call should we call Yeti? Maybe they can start making windows.
You
Man.
know, if Yeti started making windows, I think that, you know, only rich people would be able to afford them. I mean,
Hey
'cause
Daniel,
they
you can
start,
get
Yeah,
one.
I mean,
I get like half of one. I'll cut it in half and put it in the bathroom or something.
I
Yeah.
was so surprised the first time I ran across like some of the prices on Yeti products, and I was like, "Oh my God! Like this is
Mhm.
a cooler." You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's
Yeah.
gonna be some ice in there, and you know, I'm not knocking it. I mean, if people are buying it, that's their thing. You know, cool. But I just couldn't see myself spending that type of money on something that's just gonna probably be a weekend thing for me, man.
Yeah.
You know.
They just came out with one that's like $900. It's like all
Oh,
stainless steel. It's ridiculous.
yeah.
But yeah, just going back to windows, I think I've always liked a house with new windows for some reason. And we at our old place, we upgraded the original windows, and I'm telling you, like it was like it turned our house into a Yeti because it was straight up like very, very warm or very cool, depending on the season. And the most important thing I realized was like how much sound it kept out. Like you could hear somebody walking down the sidewalk, and we upgraded the windows, and it would sound like a studio in our house, just kind of quiet.
Yeah, yeah. And then you also the most thing about keeping a house cool or warm, you know, to your preference is how sealed are all of your doors and so on and
Mm-hmm.
so forth. Like you don't want any type of heat or air conditioning having any place to seep out.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get those new windows, they're getting sealed, and then they have that element that doesn't allow it to be contradicted by what's going on the inside. I mean, on the outside. To know if you have the AC on, the heat from the outside is not getting to warm your house up as much as it would if it's
Right.
not sealed and it's not using a non-conductive material.
Yeah, they call that the building envelope, where you seal the outside of the building, and you basically cut out any kind of drafts that come in, or even that air is trying to escape from the house. So you get that under control, you have a pretty decent house. It's very efficient.
Yeah,
You know,
doesn't so.
one thing about us three here, we all like to make content. And before we hang up, I like to talk about like what got y'all started in making in videos and such, and what's driving the purpose of making these videos. Like for me, in the beginning, I just enjoyed it. Like when I got my first iPhone, I just started playing around with it and started making videos with my kids. Making back in the day, I used to do mountain biking videos and stuff like that, and it's kind of fun, for the most part. And so it's kind of turned into like a business tool, but I still enjoy making my videos. But I just wanted to
Yeah.
kind of get y'all's backstory on why you like making videos and or content for social media.
Well,
Alfredo?
Corey.
for me, man, I never would have million years thought I'd be making videos and all that type of stuff for the first couple of years of my life. But I'm really a research guy. I'm really a study guy, and all of the top studies that I did in this day and time talked about the ability to be visible, and that people relate to videos that can show relatability and also that can be shareable.
Mm-hmm.
If you're talking about a relatable topic, or if you're talking about as something that people are like, oh, I saw this and I want to show somebody else, those are the things that will stick with people, and they work for you no matter what. I mean, you make a good video, it's working for you even when you sleep.
True
So
that.
those are my factors of it. Not, I mean, I always get joy when I see somebody respond from a video I did like 8-9 months ago, and I'm like, how the heck did y'all even find that?
Yeah.
So that factor for
I
me.
like like that, and that's why we're friends now, because I just saw your videos everywhere, and like on all the Waxahachie pages that I joined, and I was like, man, let me text this dude, and then I text you on the side, and you were like, yeah, let's meet up, and we met up, and now we're friends. We're going live with each other.
Yeah.
Alfredo's he's been making content from what I know since 1998. Like when I would see him recording the football games at Dunkerville High School. How about that, Alfredo? You remember doing that?
Yeah, that was the beginning. Well, that's kind of like the in high school I was in those career technology classes.
Yeah.
So that was I guess my career path. So we had like a little news station, and we had the football games, and we competed on a district level and then on the state level.
Mm-hmm.
And it was fun. We met a lot of people, but yeah, that's kind of where it started. But now, kind of like how Cory said, it's like it's a different community, and I mean, he talks about his background and he wants to share his view. And I think we have different views. Like I think you're in real estate, on the other side, and on the development of some what do you call it? Some original neighborhoods in Oak Cliff, and I think they're doing that to a lot of neighborhoods. So it's kind of interesting to hear about that. I actually want to see some video or pictures of some of the stuff you're doing, so you can bring that to the people that check out the channel.
I'll make sure to start. I need to start getting some vlogs going again of all the stuff I got going on. I'm doing half and half real estate and construction now, so things are changing pretty quickly, and I need to start making more videos. So before we hang up, let's see here. What's the final question I've got for you guys? So let me see here. What's one cool memory you have of me? How about that? Cory, it might be a new memory.
I think cool memory was getting together when we were doing the video stuff for the first time, and you had told me about the stuff to get, and you was like, hey man, I'll show up and help y'all to understand how to use the new mics and stuff like that. I'm a real support, person. I'm a real team person. I feel like if you have the right people around you, it doesn't matter about having a whole bunch of people around you, but having the right people around you will have such a big impact on whatever it is you're trying to achieve. There's big things coming up with the Dream Team Movement event, and I got your name in the fold of things to be definitely helping with this massive thing that's about to start taking root. You're going to start seeing Dream Team Movement stuff all over the place. It's going to be crazy, So
I'll be there for you.
Oh yeah, I know you will.
And one thing that I really liked about when we met is just like you just welcomed me in. Like I'm some dude brand new to Waxahachie. Sent you a text. You invited me over. We got to working together pretty quickly, so I really appreciate that.
Oh yeah. Anytime I can help somebody that wants to help themselves, hey man, you gotta want it for yourself more than somebody wanting you to do it. If you want it for yourself, then you're gonna far exceed somebody that you're having to drag along to say, hey, come on, let's get this done. And that's part of that. Just having the right people around you. They help you to become more confident. They help you to become more visible. They breathe more of your story and farther reaches than you could ever do by yourself. So
exactly. And so it's not really memory with Alfredo, but like it's just an experience. Like Alfredo kind of came into. We were been friends pretty much all the time, but like he came in like in January of this year, and we kind of like we almost wrote this whole year out together, right, Alfredo?
Like without even thinking about it.
It kind of accidentally happened, and so that's probably that's one long memory I have of Alfredo this whole dang year. We've been riding this thing out, and it's been crazy riding these waves, and we're kind of doing similar stuff and making similar decisions, and buying houses, selling houses, and it's been wild, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's one of those where if I would have, if you would ask me what was I going to be doing in 2020, you know, and decisions about homes and life and stuff like that, I probably would have never guessed, you know, any of these things. But I guess that's how most of us are doing right now.
Okay. Well, some of my goals for next year is just to really go super hard with construction up here in Oak Cliff with David Cervantes, my buddy, and also want to sell quite a few homes next year. What's a couple big goals you guys have that comes to mind so easily for this coming year?
Right. Get out there.
Well, since I didn't really have too much control of my life this year, I'll try to. I wanna try to at least just in real estate and development, like maybe at least one deal, like either the property that I'm buying, like do some kind of deal with that, like like remodeling or add an addition or like a guest home
Mm-hmm.
for sure. That's like a working income.
Yeah.
Um, for me, continue working out so I can beat up people on the streets if I have
Yeah.
to.
There you go.
No, I'm just playing. But if I have to, I'll try. And same, try to do better for my family. See if I can help out my family more. Stay grounded. If we're able to go to church more, you know, stay a little closer connected to, you know, to the church. Because I used to go like Wednesdays and Sundays, and I think now I just go
Mm-hmm.
Sundays. Because of the pandemic too. But oh yeah, I think I wrote it down. I want to be a little more direct, like with what I want. With I think with people, if we're not direct, sometimes we get different outcomes because we're a little loose on kind of our expectations. So I'm just gonna be more
Yeah.
direct. You know, whether I want something, don't want something, I'm gonna be as clear as possible.
Man,
So that's one thing for me.
that's money right there. That's worth some money, just being direct and clear and know what you really want out of yourself and out of your little world.
Definitely so. For me, I'm gonna go with physical, spiritual, and mental goals. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Starting out with spiritual, just continuing to know and grow in an authentic relationship with God, making that time to get alone because the more you become successful, the more it demands of your time. And
Mm-hmm.
in so many ways, I mean, from family, from, you know, just having to try to always meet whatever the demands that have to go on with that continued success because success grows people towards you. And if you're not doing anything, you don't have to worry about people blowing your phone up about
Yeah.
anything. But the moment you start doing something that people take notice and they see value in what you're doing, I mean, you become a magnet to people from all different, you know, locations and so many other ways that it's really hard to get a minute to yourself, you know, to just say, God, thank you, God, show me, and God, lead me,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because no matter what, whenever you get the fan with a devastating situation, whether it's for yourself or somebody you care for, I can guarantee for 90% of the people, the first thing they're going to start thinking about is the higher power. And for me, that is God through the Lord Jesus Christ and getting to know him better in this season, being more sound to hear his voice. That's my spiritual. My mental is I want this year to be so on fire for study and growth. The more you know, the more the more you grow. The more you know, the more you grow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, uh, wisdom is something that will bless you in the sense of the monetary thing. It'll bless you in being able to just sidestep things that people are falling into, and they're like, how am I here? Why am I here? And, you know, the more you spend time uh, growing your knowledge and understanding, man, the more powerful your impact is on your path as you're going. And the physical one is on a twofold thing. The physical one is physically, I want to get a workout partner that's committed and that, you know, we set some days in stone, and unless something crazy happens, we, you know, fuel each other on, because if you don't physically take care of yourself, it's going to manifest itself at a later point in time, and it's not going to be a convenient time in your life. So, you know, take advantage of what you have while you have it. But also the other flip side of that is we have a crazy big goal of doing 1 million in sales this year. It's going up on our vision board. We just got our new office, and we're getting ready to, you know, start putting all the stuff in there, and that's going up on the board. We want to do 1 million in sales this year. I believe it. I receive it. If we make it to 700,000 or something like that, hey man, that'll be still awesome. It's way more than, you know, when you set your expectations high, when you set your goals crazy, then even when you don't reach that, you still reach something super crazy, you know. And for me, that's the goals I have for 2020, and I'm just praying that God will bless those.
You just took us to church. I feel like I just heard a sermon, so I appreciate that. But
I have something kind of like, not necessarily to piggyback too much, but like what Cory said, it's kind of like with God is, well, and some of the things I've read and going to church lately is like sometimes like if we accomplish say something in the next 3 or 7 months, right? Sometimes like God will make up your time, you know. So I'm saying is like, you know, all your efforts and everything you've been doing, like within the next, it could happen 5-7 months, you'll do so great where like it will like balance everything out. You know what I'm saying? Like you can accomplish more than you ever accomplished in this certain amount of time. So kind of like what he's kind of saying too. Like I think if we set our stuff high and we do what we need to do, we can accomplish something that probably has taken us a lot of years. You know, we can accomplish something within this next 5 to 7 months.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really feel like we need to look at what we just talked about in the past few minutes and brainstorm on the side, and then hit the world up with a follow-up next week. What do y'all think about that?
I mean, you know, I'm down, man, if my schedule permits.
Yeah.
You know, I'm always down for, you know, anything that's that involves growth, that involves, you know, good people having one another's back. Because the more you have the right people in the right places, you're able to do unbelievable things. I truly and wholeheartedly believe that.
Yes, sir. Any last words from anybody? Because
I'm going to cancel 5 appointments that I have next week so I can make time for you,
that's
Danny.
what I like to hear. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys joining up. I'll post this on my RadCAST. We'll be on Facebook. I'll share the video with you guys, and we'll get some more content out next week together. How about that?
Sounds
That's
good.
great.
All right, brothers. We'll talk soon.
All right.
All right, later, Danny.
Peace out.